you ever wondered what a professional marathon runner eats? Maybe you're training for a marathon yourself and you're not sure if you're eating the right stuff. I'm going to take you through an entire day of eating pre-run fuel, during the run, post-run recovery meals, and a 17-mile long run. And some of what I eat might just surprise you. Let's go. Breakfast time. The stereotypical runner's breakfast. Porridge, or in American, oatmeal. Why do runners eat so much porridge? Because it's easy on the stomach, it's high in carbs, low release, so it's going to keep you fueled for longer. It's delicious. I pretty much have a bowl of porridge for breakfast most mornings. Sometimes I'll have Weetabix or toast, but I'd say 90% of the time, right? Probably having porridge. And I like my jumbo oats because I just prefer the texture. And I have a cup of tea. There's not really any nutritional value in having a cup of tea, but I like tea. I also always try and drink a full cup of water as soon as I've woken up or throughout my breakfast, especially if I've got a long run, a hard session, a run and gym, because you've been sleeping, hopefully, for 8 hours. You'll go for a big pee in the morning, maybe overnight if you can't sleep through, which is fine because it means you're hydrated, but you need to get back on that straight away first thing the next morning. So I've got one of those, and I'll have a bottle with a hydration tablet in it for the drive to the long run to just top that up even more, make sure my electrolytes are in a good place, ready to run. So exactly what we've got here is a heaped cup of oats cooked with semi-skimmed milk. And then you have your toppings. Today, I've got some of the squeezy peanut butter in here and a healthy dose of honey. Mix that all in. And what that does is, firstly, it tastes good, but you also increase the fat content. You need a little bit of healthy fats in your diet, really important as runners. So I've got the peanut butter in there for that. And the honey, I mean, it's obviously solid sugar, but carbs are king this morning and last night. Had a very carby dinner, lots of pasta, lots of veg and meat. I've got 17 miles today. That's no joke. You need to fuel that with carbohydrates and carbohydrates. And carbohydrates. Carbs. That's all I can say. I'm sorry, but just look at that. If that doesn't make you want to get out and do a 17-mile long run, okay, just run in general, then I don't know what will. There she is, 17 big ones. Now we get to take the sweat off, the best part of every run. There's no better feeling than taking off a sweaty sports bra after a long run. I think that is probably the limit of what I could do on like 2 gels and some swigs of water.
How do you mean limit?
As in like further than 17 miles, I need drinks like every 3 or 4 miles.
You just need fluid.
You just need the carbs. You need the carbs and you need the water. This sports bra is really not playing ball today. It's actually stuck. I feel like a dinosaur all day. I'm like a T-Rex.
Okay, 1, 2.
Oh, I need to take my sleeve off, don't I?
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm actually stuck. Back up. Take the sleeve off.
Yeah.
And then do it. This is what carb depletion does to you. Yay!
Free.
Very important for the long run. We have the proteins. 20-minute window, is that what they say? Get your protein in.
It's actually carbs.
Well, this has carbs in it. That's why you go for
I feel like that.
a sort of recovery focused protein rather than just focused on bulking up the muscle, because this has got a decent amount of carbs in it for replenishing the carb stores.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
No.
She filled it up too much. Oh, regrets. Cheers. So I've got about a 30-minute drive, 40-minute drive-ish to get home from here. I know that my appetite is quite depleted after a long run. Just my stomach switches off and I don't really want to have a huge meal, which isn't ideal because you really need to replenish all that energy you burnt off. So what I'm going to do is drink this protein shake. I've got the rest of this carb drink, which had 80 grams of carbs in it when it was full. Probably got about another 40 grams left in there, so I'm going to drink that as well. And I'm going to force feed myself a flapjack as well, which should be a good amount for the next 45 minutes. And then I'll either force feed myself some lunch when I get home, or I will absolutely unleash myself on the blender and put as many calories in it as I possibly can. Because if you can't eat, you can always drink. Not like alcohol, obviously, that's not what I meant, but like a smoothie. Home sweet home. Which means time for more food. I finished most of my stuff I took with me. I've got a little bit left of this here flapjack here, which is going down the hatch now because I should have already eaten that. And then I've drunk all my carb drink, the super carbs. So that's 80 grams of carbs. And there's electrolytes in there, which is also really important because I've been running for 2 hours, sweated a lot, need to get those electrolytes back in the body. Drunk all of my protein shake as well. Carbs and protein in there. And then just got a bit of water left. Just also another thing to really stay on top of, especially on these long run days, on the session days. Even when it is the winter and you don't feel like you're sweating a ton, you still are. So hydration is key. Another thing that I was gonna do is actually calculate how many carbs I've had kind of from the start of that run to now, to kind of have a look at, is that in the right place? Is that enough? There's a little bit of give or take in that. There are loads of calculations or equations, I guess you can find out there, that tell you exactly how many carbs you should be taking in per hour based on your weight. So it'll be like a carbs per kilogram of weight per hour. So I filled up one of my hair bottles with this super carbs mix, 80 grams of carbs in a 500 ml serving. Focus on me. I really can't film this if it's gonna be blurry the whole time. Okay, so that's 80. And then I had one of these, carb gel, before I started, 20 grams. And then I had this tropical one here and the berry. And those are both 40 grams of carb each. So that's 80, 160, 180, and that's during the run and afterwards. I mean, I finished the drink afterwards. And then per bar, 35 grams of carbohydrates. So 35 grams, what did I say before? 180, 35 grams at 180, maths. 215, not bad. She's back, the world's worst blender. Not hungry? Shock. I've run more than 15 miles. If Daniel made me a lovely plate of eggs on toast, which I'm sure you would do.
Yes.
That's what you were gonna do, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I would probably just sit there and be able to eat like maybe a quarter of it. So the schmoothie comes in and I just put as much as I possibly can fit in here, basically. Whack her in. Oh, 5-second rule. When you have these really rubbish blenders, you put the easiest to blend stuff in first, so that the hardest to blend stuff is near the blade, because you get this kind of Neapolitan just mess. Like, just If there's anyone that works for a blender company or just wants to send me a blender, leave me a comment and maybe I'll give you my address so you can just send me a 2,000 pound blender. That would be really appreciated, thanks. Greek style honey yogurt, it's deliciously creamy. Squeezy peanut butter, an absolute game changer. Up the calorie content and just generally make it more delicious. So far, this is a yogurt, banana, peanut butter, milk shake. I think this is from when we had a problem with the freezer. Melon, mango, melon, pineapple, blueberries. Let's see if the blender is up to the task today. This is what I mean. And then you just have to do a little bit of upper body. Okay, that'll do. Ah.
Wow, thanks.
How far have you run today?
3 and a bit miles.
Really?
Yeah.
Fair. Well, that's probably about relative. That's what you get when you run 17 miles. That's what you get when you run 3 miles. You go and run 17 miles and I will make you
I'm good.
a smoothie. Yeah,
That's what I
thought. 8 out of 10. But it's good. And that is lunch done. It is... Oh my god, I was just about to check the time and I've just thrown my phone into my leftovers. So now my cat that's eating ramen has rice and mayo all over it. Just a sec. Okay, it is 20 to 4. However, I believe we probably sat down for lunch at about 3 o'clock. Definitely distracted by the British Indoor Championships, which are happening today. So I was watching my teammates run at that and run very fast, I might add. What was on the menu for lunch, you ask? I had some tomato peppery microwave rice. We also had a little bit of a side salad, a delicious chicken burger in a brioche bun with little sesame seeds on top, made by my private chef, who is also my video editor, videographer, best friend, just all around perfect human. Hi.
What are you talking about?
He's pulling a suspicious face. So Daniel made lunch and had a very nice chicken burger. Really good, actually. Nice bit of mayo on there. I give it a 9.5 out of 10.
Why is it not 10?
It was very good. Like, that is 95 out of 100, you gotta think. But you know, you're a good cook. So sometimes you make burgers that are better than that. No, it's lovely, thanks. So 3 o'clock is probably a little late for lunch normally, but that's not bad for me actually. 2 hours after getting back from the run to get my stomach in a place where it's actually willing to allow food to enter again. I'd really like to try and push that if I can throughout this marathon block, because last year I remember getting back from the really long runs when you're hitting sort of 20, 21, 22 miles and just getting home and absolutely feeling sick at the thought of food, which is fine and you can listen to that. Obviously I do my thing with the blender and get as much in as I can, but it would take me sort of 4 hours to get some food in, and I think that really affected my recovery for the next few days, and that's something, as you know, that I'm trying to improve at the moment. So getting food in that 20-minute window and then getting enough carbs, protein, or your other goodness in throughout the day to replenish what you've burnt effectively is something I really want to focus on. And I'm going on about the carbs and the protein mostly because I'm doing high mileage at the moment in marathon training. Carbs are the king that are going to be fueling that for me. Protein is what's going to repair your muscles after you've broken them down in a hard session or a hard long run and build them back up again. It's what's going to keep you growing and improving. But you also need healthy fats in your diet as well. And I'm trying to explain why. I mean, I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not gonna lie, but I have worked with some very good sports dietitians in the past, sports nutritionists, and healthy fats and having enough fat in your diet is something that they hammer home on, and it's not really what you'd think of straight away. I think a lot of people try and cut their fat content, especially if they're a runner that wants to lose a bit of weight and live a healthier lifestyle, but that doesn't mean zero fat, and I'll tell you why.
Okay, Google.
Athletes need dietary fat as it plays several roles in the body, from providing an energy source at lower exercise intensities, such as your easy running, your base building, to aiding the absorption of certain vitamins, protecting vital organs, and aiding hormone production. Don't scrimp on the fats. Make sure you have a little bit of PB with your J. Sprinkle a bit of olive oil on your food every now and then. Have some oily fish, maybe even have some chocolate. Everything in moderation. That's the rule I go by. If I want to eat something, I'm hungry and it's tasty, as long as you're not eating just one thing all the time and you're having chocolate for breakfast, lunch, dinner, dessert, snacks, and your mid-run fueling, probably not a good idea. I see it as common sense, and I also see it as this is what I do, and I'm not here to lecture you guys because everyone does it differently and different things work for different people. So that's my lunchtime lecture done. I'm gonna go and plan another YouTube video now. Talk to you again when I eat something again. It's dinner time! What's on the menu?
I've got some filet o salmon, got some fried veg, some microwave beans and rice. Michelin star stuff here, guys, alright? Put in the comments below if you think I should start my own cooking channel. I think there's a market there.
Daniel rarely cooks, and most of the time I am doing the cooking.
That is not true.
So I thought for this video, I would let him cook the meal.
Do you want to know how much she cooks? Do you want to be real with the vlog?
I probably cook like 50% of the time.
She never cooks. I don't think she's cooked me a meal. I can't remember the last time you cooked me a meal. When was the last time? Go on. Well done. Good try.
No, I have cooked. I've been away for the whole of January, and it's only the 19th of February.
When did you cook for me before that then?
That's a good question. Well, here's some evidence. Philly's special pasta sauce. And that's in the freezer.
Because it doesn't taste very nice and we're never going to use it.
I have an A star in food GCSE. The only A star at GCSE that I got. I'm a very good cook.
Wow.
According to my qualifications on my curriculum vitae.
You keep telling yourself that, babe.
We've got some Brazilian smoky beans
I hope this isn't spicy.
that I thought were brown lentils. Dried chipotle chilies.
Yeah, you're not eating this.
Is it spicy?
Yeah.
Is it spicy, and have you already mixed it in with the rice that we're sharing?
You can have mushroom rice. Try it. I'm almost certainly going to freak out.
Oh yeah. So I don't normally have a glass of milk with dinner,
Do you want to show them what the meal should have looked like?
but today I am. Well, this is Daniel's meal. Looks quite nice. 7 grams of protein, not the most, but I have a beautiful filet o salmon for the main part of the dish, which is packed full of protein, healthy fats. Got some courgettes that have been nicely fried in a little slice of lime. Not bad. Nice amount of fish. Good for the muscles. Ah. All right, I'm gonna inhale my dinner now. Well, I did indeed absolutely inhale my dinner. And if there are any other cereal snackers watching this video, and I'm talking about you've just had your dinner, you're full, and you're gonna go to bed soon, but you're just gonna have to eat one more thing. Like, it's not dessert necessarily. It's like a pre-bed, post-dinner snack. Like a little, like I think supper, my nana used to call it. So I'm gonna have some of this schmoozy, which actually is very misleading. It says here, kiwi, lime, matcha, cucumber, and flax seeds. It's from Aldi. So remember those ingredients, yeah? Kiwi, lime, matcha, cucumber, and flax seeds. I'm gonna read you the ingredients. Apple juice, apple puree, banana puree, kiwi fruit, puree, 8%. 8% of this drink is one of the ingredients, and the remainder have not been mentioned yet. Grape juice, mango puree, also not on the ingredient list, cucumber puree, 4.5%, lime juice, and flaxseed flour, matcha tea extract, after lots of other things that are not listed on the front of the bottle. Regardless, I'm sure it's delicious. That's pretty good.
Guess who I'm making a tea for? The little princess that's in the other room. Yeah. Here I am, just slaving away.
This sofa is the best thing we ever bought. Apart from the cats. Ooh. I will share this, by the way. Cheesy popcorn! Thank you, America. Whoa. It is now my bedtime. We had, what did we have? Popcorn with cheesy dust from America, which has apparently 0 calories. So it's effectively nothing. We put nothing on our popcorn. Had a cup of decaf tea and a little bit of Tony's Chocolonely. And if you enjoyed watching this food diary of my day, check out this day where I ate like the goat, Eliud Kipchoge himself. It wasn't what I expected, and some of it might surprise you. And I am off to bed. Love the grind. Bye.